All right, so here's Kazakhstan's Shavkat Rakhmonov. Can you imagine beginning a mixed martial arts career 18-0 with 18 finishes? You can understand why the fan base is all in.
Yeah, people love him. People love him because he's almost guaranteed to finish a fight. He goes out there, he has really good striking. His wrestling and grappling, though, is amazing. It's what makes him who he is. He's so tall, long, and big for the weight class. And he's one of those guys that's coming from a region where we haven't seen many great fighters start to really burst onto the scene and show that he's ready to be one of the best in the world. I'm all in on Rakhmonov.
Some elite welterweights prioritize position over submission. They like control. Not this guy. He is a submission machine. We'll see if he can find one tonight. Shavkat Rakhmonov back on the proving ground tonight. Well, for years, the UFC's welterweight division has been among the promotion's strongest, and that is certainly the case here as we get our look at the undisputed UFC welterweight champion as he gets ready to defend the title.
The welterweight champion of the world. He's a star. The guy is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and he carries himself in that manner. You can watch this guy from his approach to the media, to his appearances. He does everything right. He's the champ for a reason. And it all boils down to who he is and how he approaches everything from the media to the fight camps.
And as commentators, we like heat, we like friction. We definitely have some of that on our welterweight championship matchup here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. All right, now for your main event introductions, the one, the only, Bruce Buck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Shavkat Nomad Rakhmonov. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Golden.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Ready.
All right, here we go. UFC welterweight championship is up for grabs right now.
There by the champion. Good jab.
All right, Rakhmonov will throw a lot of feints and a lot of different strikes, level changes you got to look out for as well.
Well, you can be attacked in so many different ways by Shavkat. But look at Shavkat, constantly in motion, never starting his attacks from a grounded stance.
Man, he kind of looked like me, just walking right into that punch, no defense.
You better move that head.
All right, so early round one action, and he's been a little bit inefficient when it comes to his striking game. He's going for broke.
Yeah, he's swinging, but he's not having much success. Got to slow down a little bit, pace himself to make sure that he can fight the whole fight.
Big shots being landed on both sides here. Just misses there with the left. No overthinking out of him tonight. He is a thinking man's fighter, but he is fighting on instinct and fighting beautifully in the octagon here.
Well, you can tell that he's just flowing. He's just allowing for his body to do what it's been trained to do, and that's why he looks so good.
Oh, that's a pretty counter shot there.
Yeah, he's got him hurt. He timed that beautifully.
From the clinch now. Oh, trying to turn out the lights with that roundhouse kick, but just misses. All right, so potentially an opportunity. Champ goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now he's recovered.
Yeah, he's starting to recover. He needed to get that finish then, though, because now he's got his legs back on him.
20 seconds left. Round two straight ahead. All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cutman in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up.
You just got caught. I need this round to be sharp.
All right, so a big knockdown for him, courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's your replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage it.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round two here. Oh, that is a furious inside leg kick. You ever taken like a 5-finger to the inside of your leg? That don't feel good. Never mind a kick like that.
Slapping your leg hurts.
Big counter lands again.
I can't believe this dude got caught another time.
Punishing kick there.
But he needs to check one of these kicks. He has to discourage him from throwing this kick over and over again.
It's work, guys. Come on.
Oh, nice right hand by the champ. Yeah.
Well, liver shot right on the button.
I mean, perfect liver shot. That is the most debilitating shot in all of fighting. It is very difficult to recover from that.
And a left hook. Oh, he might be out. Gets back to his feet.
Got hurt bad.
Oh, that power one got through as well.
He better keep those hands high.
Well, at this point, DC, I'm not sure if he's just biding his time or just trying to get some extra reps, but go finish the guy.
It seems like the guy's playing with his food. You know, he's having a good time out there. Everything's working.
Seconds to go in round two. All right, mixing up the leg kicks nicely, and that thigh starting to show some visible signs of bruising.
You know, you can't even worry about what that high leg kick is. Control. He's in the zone, right? Sometimes you're just in the zone.
is hurt. I'm not sure the extent to which he's concussed, but might need to switch things up.
John, I always say don't panic, Russell, but I believe a takedown may be the only thing that will save him out there.
30 seconds now to go in the round. Diving punch lands. Oh, these ground strikes are just brutal. Oh, what a round. How good was that? All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure. But nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 3 of a possible 5.
Oh! Man, that landed clean.
Big shot. Oh, there it is. The story remains the same, and still the undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
To watch a man come from where this this guy started and become the world champion, but not only become the world champion, to remain the world champion is truly inspiring. What a performance by the champ.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 34 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Golden.
Well, he came in as the undisputed UFC welterweight champion, and that is exactly the way he goes out. After one of the better performances of his UFC career here tonight, he gets the win by TKO. Ultimately, it was a flurry of strikes that closed the show, and it's always great to see a fighter exhale after a win like this. He's been subdued at times after wins, but celebrating with his corner here tonight, he knew this was going to be a tough test and a good challenge at this stage.
And it's the leather. Let's get the timing right on your strikes. Strike more. Focus on punches. Okay, now work on your striking. Good! Work on your hand combos now. Nice job. Next set now. You gotta step through on those. Go, go, go! You gotta push there. You got more. Ten to go. Nice, nice. That's how you hit some leather. Nice form, good technique on the bag today. Let's keep that up. All right. Gonna hit some leather today. I'll call it out. You throw. You got more. Come on, you got this. Now, strikes, go. Let's step it up a little bit. Throw your strikes now. Good. Moving on to the next one. Get active. You know better. Let's step it up now. Good work in the bag today. Get some water and let's keep working. Nice work, kid. Let's keep hitting that bag and build that strength and power in your punches. here we go. Listen to my call-outs. Great job, you did everything.
All right, so here's the world beater, Khamzat Chimaev, wicked relevant in 2 divisions. Every time he sees you, he tries to take you down. Got to think he's going to try to wrestle here tonight.
That's exactly what he does, right? He wants to impose himself on his opponents. He wants to show his dominance when he's inside the octagon, whether it's on the ground in the grappling, as we saw in Kevin Holland, or whether it's him striking, as we have seen in the beginning of his UFC career. He has all the skills, but it's the mindset of Khamzat Chimaev that separates him from most fighters in both weight classes that he competes in.
And with respect to Conor McGregor and everybody else, I'm not sure that any athlete has ever taken this sport by storm quite the way Chimaev did back in 2020. Let's see how he fares in another big spot tonight. Khamzat Chimaev, as usual, ready to battle as he tries to take home the title. All right, here he is, folks. You know who he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion. This man has run roughshod through one of the deepest divisions in the UFC, and he is showing no signs of slowing down.
He ain't slowing down, John. He loves the ability to call himself the champ. A smile is on his face every time somebody goes, "Hey, champ, how you doing?" The guy lives for it. He lives for the adulation. He lives for the applause. He lives for the ability to stay in the spotlight. He will fight to defend his title as if his life depended on it.
Huge training camp for him. He feels like he has leveled up in a lot of disciplines of mixed martial arts. And, man, if he presents an even better version, scary proposition for the challenger. Well, so much UFC history has played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for your main event introductions, the one, the only Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Khamzat Chimaev. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Chris Harder.
Third party in the octagon, Mark Goddard will handle the action in this one. All right, round 1 of the title fight is underway. It's going to be hard to duplicate what he did his last time out, successfully defending the belt emphatically with a knockout. Everybody's paying attention now. The target's on his back. We'll see if he can remain the hunter.
We all knew this guy is a wrestler, but was he going to be able to get takedowns early? He did exactly what his intentions were.
Oh, seated here up against the fence.
Well, that's some urgent. Oh, my God. Judo ball.
That is how you scramble, folks. Oh, that's a clean center by him there. Beautiful connection early on.
The way that he was able to walk his opponent into that shot was amazing, especially this early in the fight.
Man, beautiful setup yet again on that takedown. His opponent knows it's coming. Can't stop it.
Can't stop it. This dude is a savage, man. Always is chasing takedown.
Oh, he could have thrown some big shots from this spot.
Yeah, John, he's got to be Oh, big stick up top. That's another one.
Man, Chris Carter is an absolute shot. Oh, is that going to do it? Yes, is it in still? Chris Will Matt Carter remains the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Unbelievable, John Anik. This guy is a superstar. And once again, he proves He is also the best in the world.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 3 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Chris Hyder.
And still the king of the 185-pounders. There he is, the undisputed UFC middleweight champion after the knockout tonight in his title defense. And that's got to feel pretty good. There were a lot of people backing the #1 contender coming in here tonight, but he certainly muted all of that noise and then some. The celebration is on in the corner. Congratulations to the reigning, defending, still undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world. our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. All right, now for the particulars, back inside of Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion of the world, Max Blessed Holloway. And now introducing the corner, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion of the world and the former UFC lightweight champion, the notorious Conor McGregor!
All right, so this highly anticipated stand-up only event is now underway. Friendly reminder on the rules, and hopefully you play by them. No grappling of any type. So if you like striking, this is the event for you. Also, fighters cannot do follow-up strikes on the floor. This is a stand-up only event. Let's see how it plays out. Big left hand. Oh, and another shot for good measure.
He cannot keep taking these hard shots to the head.
Holloway's eye looks to have been cut open from one of those offerings.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
Well, champ, I'm not suggesting he needs to pace himself necessarily, but throwing caution to the wind and all of these bombs, no good if it doesn't land.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was a game plan, but if it's not landing, he's got to be careful not to get countered because he's overextending him so much. If he gets countered, he may go to sleep.
Another left hand lands from McGregor, always doing a nice job switching up the speed and the tempo as to how he throws it.
The one thing that stays the same is that he's as powerful as always.
Well, we'll see if he can turn this defense into offense, but he's doing a great job blocking shots here tonight.
As of right now, he's thinking more defensively, and he's doing a great job of not taking any damage.
Well, kickboxing chops on full display. Oh, shades of you against Dan Henderson back in the day. One-sided here as he continues to work towards that complete performance.
He's doing everything right, man. I don't know that this guy has ever looked better.
Well, this is a man at Conor McGregor who is pulled in any number of different directions, DC, but as you see here, in tremendous shape as usual, always puts in the time in training, despite all of the different demands on his time, still has that reputation as one of the hardest workers in our sport. Beautiful job. Now his opponent's really on the ropes.
His opponent's on beat street. He's hurt so bad. I don't know. Now he's back up. Oh, he's almost shutting him down every time he hits him.
Oh, both fighters land simultaneously. Well, as many of you know, the overwhelming majority of Conor McGregor's pro MMA wins have come by knockout, and he produces another one here in the octagon tonight.
Produces another knockout. Conor McGregor will tell you that he's going to knock you out, and he goes out there and he does it. Hats off to Conor McGregor and all of his coaches for another massive victory in another huge spot in his UFC career.
And now our tail of the tape for this flyweight tilt. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Brandon Raw Dog Royval. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Kai Dog Blake Caracrass.
You ready to fight? You ready? Do it.
All right, early round action here. You got to be mindful when you're fighting Kai Kara-France of all of his different weapons. Certainly, there's no denying his power on the feet. He has fight-ending power in both of his hands. And this guy runs marathons for fun at times, so you don't have to worry about the conditioning and the cardiovascular system being there for him. Oh, massive connection early round 1. We might get a finish here.
I mean, that was beautiful. Great job setting it up, getting the punch to the target, and hurting your opponent very early in the fight.
Can't stay seated here up against the fence for long.
This is a bad spot to be in the fight.
All right, so a nice... There it is again. Another shot gets through.
This dude better keep his hands up, John.
Kara-France desperately trying to stay in the fight. Oh. Herb Dean steps in.
Oh, my goodness.
What a fight.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, make no mistake about it, he is getting 2 paychecks tonight as he gets the big TKO victory. Wow.
That's unbelievable. It was crazy to watch his finishing instincts on display as he got that massive victory. It was amazing, John. It was amazing.
Bruce Buffer to wrap it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 26 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Brandon Raw Dog Royval.
The buzz is palpable in this arena, to be sure, after that result. Both guys had their moments, but ultimately the boxer able to get the kickboxer out of there.
When he found his opportunity, when he looked like he had him hurt, he pounced on him and got the finish. This is a massive victory for this young man.
Well, you can make room on your Mount Rushmore, enter one of the greatest mixed martial arts athletes of all time, former simultaneous 2-division champion, American Olympian, Daniel Cormier.
Just one of the absolute greatest fighters of all time. I mean, I'm not trying to pat the guy on his back. He gets enough praise in just about everything that he does. But when you talk about grit, determination, wrestling, cardio, you're talking about DC. He's a guy that wasn't the biggest for the weight classes, but what he did have was will, spirit, and a need to compete and win. And that's what propelled him into one of the best mixed martial arts careers of all time. And tonight, he tries to build on that.
Daniel Cormier has stepped into the octagon. This time he wants to leave with that championship belt. right, so Stipe Miocic, consensus greatest heavyweight champion of all time. And that win-loss record, of course, doesn't include all the fires he has put out in the greater Cleveland area. Great human being and really a great ambassador for this division in the UFC.
And you have seen Stipe Miocic compete and beat some of the best heavyweights of all time. He's a Golden Glove level boxer. He's a Division I level wrestler. And his toughness is something that he always puts on display when he steps into the octagon. He truly is a special talent. And all these victories are proof that the work that he does counts inside the octagon.
And that work at strong-style MMA oftentimes is done in silence. They're not all over Instagram showing you their every move. But when that octagon door closes, there has been no better heavyweight historically than Stipe Miocic. Tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight. All right, now for the main event introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the Undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Daniel D.C. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC Heavyweight Champion, Stipe Miocic.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. All right, so here we go with this stand-up-only fight. You guys got to play by the rules. No grappling or wrestling of any type. Also, you cannot do follow-up strikes on the floor. Let's see who the last man standing will be tonight. Oh, beautiful jab there by Cormier. Well, we've already got too many Rosendas. Oh, my goodness, I can barely get my notes together. A huge early connection there.
It's about the punch, but it's also about the setup. That was a beautiful setup that allowed him to land that strike.
There's a new world order and new. The undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
Oh my goodness, John. They said he couldn't do it. This man believed, and he got the job done. Now, he is the champion of the world.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 59 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Daniel D.C.
All right, so there it is. Not going to go into the whole unprecedented rarefied air, but it is Daniel Cormier by flush knockout here tonight.
Cormier at heavyweight possesses power. And when he can get those shots off, he can shut your lights out. And tonight, he got the knockout victory. Congrats to DC and the entire team at the American Kickboxing Academy.
Well, Jan Blachowicz has been the man. He's been the undisputed light heavyweight champion, but it really all began for him with this fan base when he knocked Luke Rockhold into oblivion. It laid the foundation for his championship success, and he's still getting it done north of 40.
John, you could see him building. Jan Blachowicz, you could see the momentum building. He always had ability. He always was a big, strong guy for the weight class. And you could see it building to the point that he became a world champion. He's a really high-level striker. He's a good wrestler, good grappler, great cardio. He has confidence now that makes him believe he's one of the best in the world. And for so long, Jan Blachowicz has competed against the best. Tonight, he gets another opportunity to do so, and he is so happy for it.
Jan Blachowicz, ready to battle and take home that elusive UFC gold. All right, here's the proud Californian, Dominic Reyes, one of the biggest knockout threats, of course, in this light heavyweight division. And it is crazy to think back. A few weeks before the global pandemic, early 2020, nearly wrested the title away from John Jones at UFC 247. Still trying to get to that precipice here several years later.
You know, Dominic Reyes is one of those guys that it feels like he missed this moment. But when you watch him recover from the darkness of the run after that big moment, you know that this guy has a champion mindset. He's a tremendous striker. He's an A-plus athlete. He's a guy that is a danger to anyone who steps inside the octagon with.
Well, there has already been a lot of UFC history here at Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. More where that came from tonight, and we are ready to go with two of the best athletes in the sport. Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight championship fight. All right, now for your main event introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC Light Heavyweight Champion of the world, Jan Blachowicz. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, Dominic the Devastator Reyes.
Mark Goddard, our referee for this one, as good as any man or woman in the business. Here we go. Reyes gets tattooed by that straight punch. Oh, nicely done to block the strike and counter with the jab. Good jab there by Blachowicz. Oh, how about the power behind that kick from Dominic Reyes? Kicks like a mule, man.
A-level athlete, a former football player, guy that thought he would be in the NFL, but now he finds himself as one of the best performers in the UFC.
All right, early round 1 action here. The game plan, of course, was to come out aggressively, but the landing percentage leaves a lot to be desired.
He hasn't landed anything. He's going to empty his gas tank trying to finish the fight when it's not working.
Simple, yet effective footwork out of Blachowicz here early on.
You know, John, meat and potatoes, right? Sturdy stance, hands moving, popping that jab. I love the way Blachowicz fights.
Good kicks there by Reyes. Well, he must have gotten a good warm-up tonight because he has set a great pace right out of the chute and really leading the dance every step of the way early on.
From the moment he stepped into this octagon, you could tell that this man was locked, handed, and shouldered.
Oh, well, you can still attack the thigh, right? We talk so much much about calf kicks, but that's been a pretty effective weapon for him here tonight.
It's traditional. It's a traditional leg kick. Just throwing your hip, bang, whipping it into the thigh. Beautifully done by this fighter.
Blachowicz' hook shot blocked, though, by the defense. Nice job getting that guard up to prevent any further damage. Oh,
that was a big one there.
Reyes' eye looks to be cut open from one of those strikes.
It's never good to get cut, but right now it's a small one. You don't have to worry about it, but you got to protect it.
Well, no denying that he rocked him, but couldn't quite get the finish.
He hurt him real bad.
Court as a shooter, you know what this man is feeling right now. He's got all the skills flowing to him.
It's happened for me a number of occasions where the basketball who looks 6 feet tall. I mean, this guy tonight looks like he can put a basketball in an ocean and he can hit a takedown from a mile away. He looks amazing.
What a round it was for him, DC, and of course the seminal moment, that big knockdown that he will try to piggyback on here in this next round.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he builds off of the momentum that he gets from that last round. How does he deal with the success that he had and not push too hard too early trying to find the finish? You have to let it come to you as the knockdown came to you in the previous round.
You ready, Joe? Good?
Second round underway. 1-2 there by Blachowicz. And again, dealing with that cut around his eye. Got to be careful.
He's got to shore up the defense, because if he keeps getting hit there, it's only going to continue to get worse. Still fight back. Oh,
back to his feet. He's in a world of trouble.
Oh, good. What a performance this guy.
Light heavyweight champ.
Oh my goodness. Him and his team said they would win this fight and they would win it impressively. That's exactly what they did. Congratulations, champ.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Honors called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 1 second of the second round. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Blachowicz.
All right, so the Jan Blachowicz power is heard from yet again. He wins the fight by knockout. I bet this dude could knock me out with like 2 fingers, man.
No, he wouldn't, John. Jan Blachowicz, you would roll the punch. You've been around the game long enough to know that you got to move. But Jan Blachowicz is a guy that can put just about anybody out. He's so strong, he's so powerful, and now he's gained the confidence in that power that allows for him to go for it. And once again, it proves that when he goes for it, he can knock you out.
All right, so here's the former UFC strawweight champion, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. For a while there, as she dominated all of the top contenders, you wondered if there was ever going to be someone who could solve Jędrzejczyk at 115 pounds. Still, most believe she's the best striker in this division.
She's one of the best strikers across all divisions in the UFC, regardless of gender. Very fast, very durable, very tough, but also Joanna Jędrzejczyk and her attitude is what I believe carries her to be most successful. She has this mentality that she believes she is just the absolute best in this division, and you saw it when she was on that long championship reign.
And she has been someone who's really maximized some big pay-per-view showcases. She was on the Ronda Rousey-Holly Holm card at UFC 193, fought alongside Conor McGregor at UFC 205. She has the it factor and then some. Joanna champion is back tonight. Joanna Jędrzejczyk, one of the most beloved fighters in all of MMA, and yet again back on the proving ground tonight. All right, so she became China's first UFC champion back in 2019, became a two-division champ in 2022, and most people believe, Daniel, that Zhang Weili is the best 115-pound fighter in the world.
I believe she's the best. I mean, even in the losses, she seemed to be the best. We saw her beat Carla Esparza the way that she did. We saw her distance herself from Joanna Jędrzejczyk down in Singapore. And it seems as though now she's going to bring stability to this weight class, a weight class where the belt's been passed around quite a bit. But tonight she has a big challenge on her hands if she wants to stay the champion. Because once again, when you're staring at a hungry young challenger like this, you can leave nothing or take nothing for granted. And I think that's been a big part of Zhang Weili's success, right? Keeping her feet on the pavement, focused on the task at hand. And we'll see how it goes for her here tonight in a matchup that she is favored to win. And now our tale of the tape for this strawweight championship fight.
We go inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, John Magnum Whaley.
Mark Goddard, as good as it gets if you're a fighter. Probably the guy you want in there. Many of you remember exactly where you were when these two athletes, Sean Whaley and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, met for the first time at UFC 248 in March 2020. They turned in arguably the greatest fight in UFC women's history. They met again in Singapore, and it was far more one-sided a few years later.
It was absolutely more one-sided, but that does not deter a champion like Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She is a super high-level kickboxer. She is as tough as they come. And she has developed all of her skills to the point that she had that belt and defended it for 7 fights. Joanna Jędrzejczyk is a special generational talent, and she has just run into another fighter, and Sean Whaley, who just matches up really well. But if you know a champion, they won't shy away from the impossible. They go towards the threat. That's exactly what Jędrzejczyk is doing tonight.
Well, champ, you got to admire her willingness to go for the knockout, but she's not landing a lot of these wayward strikes.
Well, John, she better pace herself because this fight seems like it's going to be long, and she is overextending a bunch. She's got to be careful not to get...
I mean, has there ever been a marauding force in the women's strawweight division like Joanna Jędrzejczyk?
No, there has not, John, and it's in everything, right? The way that she approaches the fight, she's tall. It's almost a dominating stance that allows for Joanna to find the success that she has found inside the UFC.
Really nice job on the kickboxer here, as we like to say. No pads on the feet, and she's taking full advantage.
She's taking advantage of what has been given to her. She's using her feet. She's using her hands. She's doing everything right.
Well, Jędrzejczyk in a really good striking groove here. Cattell Kubis, Mike Brown in her corner really like what they have seen here early out of the former strawweight king. Zhang's eye looks to have been cut open here. Yes, it has.
Yeah, she's got to move her head. She has not moved her head effectively, and now she's dealing with the cut. Great level change there. That was a slick transition.
Crowd pops as Jędrzejczyk gets back to her feet. All right, so we got a little separation now on the feet, but got to think eventually she changes levels and shoots again.
Why would she change it, John? It's her bread and butter. It's her game to secure a takedown.
Round 2 next. All right, some replays now from that previous round. A lot of good action for the truck to get you here. All right, round 2 is now here. Whaley Zhang,
okay?
And on the other side, Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Let's go.
All right, here we go with our next round. Previous round, both fighters had their moments. We'll see who takes the upper hand.
Both had their moments, but nobody really stood out. Nobody separated themselves from the other fighter. Which of these two women is going to be able to really charge out ahead in the next round?
Good defense.
she was better than that. But it was all a matter of finding her rhythm, getting to her flow state, and putting herself in a position to get a victory. Now, you are watching who we thought we would see the moment she stepped into the outfit.
Well, didn't take long. You see the signs of bruising on the outside of that lead leg. And as hard as Zhang Weili trains, I think it was nice for us. By her there, turning defense into offense with a beautiful combination.
I mean, John, she fights out of that real high guard. Conventional in her offense is on fire tonight. She's landing at will. Never seen anything like this, J.A. How in the world are these two women still standing?
Under 2 minutes to go here in our second round. Power cross yet again from Zhang Weili.
Circle away from the power if you're Zhang Weili's opponent, because her right hand is very hard to deal with.
All right, so you see some welting now on the thigh. Oh my goodness, couldn't get the beginning of the hand. She got rocked with that check.
Oh, she's hurt so bad right now. She's got to compose herself if she wants to stay in the fight.
Oh man, just playing with her now as another shot gets through.
John, she cannot keep taking these shots to the head. Oh, takedown by Weili.
30 seconds to go in the round. Jacek gets up. She is back on the feet. Looked like maybe she could be the victim of a submission attempt there, but she works hard to get back upright.
Beautiful job getting those hands up.
All right, round 3 coming up next. All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. So potentially a big factor here, ladies and gentlemen. The cut on the cheek sustained in that round. Certainly better to be below than above the eye, but the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. All right, let's take a look back at some of the action from that previous round. DC, chief among it, the big knockdown courtesy of that punch.
A big knockdown off of that punch. She was flowing, letting everything go, and then she sat down on that strike that put her opponent down. It looked like the fight was over, but we do go forward.
Good. Good. Fight.
Round 3 of a possible 5.
Big inside kick.
Oh, right hand lands again for Zhang Weili.
Zhang Weili starting to feel it now, man. She's starting to get off of that right hand. She's throwing it more often now because she has found that she can land it at will.
Oh, how about the slip by her there? I was about to call that out as a land. Her head is moving tonight.
It does not take much to really avoid a strike, and she does it as well as anybody we've ever seen.
Well, not just a high-output fight to this point, but a high-accuracy fight as well. Both fighters have absorbed a lot of damage thus far.
These two women have both fought so valiantly. They have really laid it out on the line tonight, and it's made for a very fun fight.
You got to appreciate her takedown game tonight.
Look for her to advance now, John, and try to really get to a dominant position. Beautiful strike.
3 minutes to go in round 3. Weili getting the better of her opponent here, largely over these last few exchanges. Another nice block from her there. Zhang Weili out of that patented closed guard stance. We'll see if she tries to change levels here.
And always doing the right thing, John. Not always pressing forward, not going back, not going side. This Zhang Weili is so good.
right, so she did it again. Another strike effectively targeting that already bruised and damaged area.
Wait, John. That was a massive shot that just landed there.
Well, excuse the repetitive commentary, but there it is again. Another rear hook lands flush.
I mean, and John, the last two landed off the back foot.
Oh!
She's hurt, but she's not going to stop fighting.
Well, you got to laud the toughness, champ, but she has absorbed so much punishment, I'm just not sure that she can take too many more.
No, she can't. She's got to find a way to change something. She clearly cannot handle the power of her opponent, but she can't get takedown. She's in a very bad spot right now.
Final seconds here. Shot stunned her just before the end of the round. And now you see her walking back to that stool, a little bit unsure of herself. We'll see if her corner can get her head back in this fight. Might have been on the wrong end of a 10-8 there at the end of that round. Huge knockdown just before the end of the frame.
Ready? You good? Let's go.
Championship rounds are upon us. All right, let's see if she can get back to the hook here. Of course, she'll need a setup here, work off of the jab, and punctuate her combination with that patented hook. Feint left there by Jędrzejczyk. Oh, and there it is. Back to the feet now. Big knee there to the chest. Spinning back fist. Pretty good get up here.
I believe she is the best. She's elite in everything, and she is still the UFC World Champion.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 24 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC strawweight champion of the world, John Magnum Whaley.
Well, she came in as the undisputed queen of the 115-pounders, and Joe, that is exactly the way she goes out. There she is, and still UFC Women's Strawweight Champion, and what a way